Brought to you by stationhousecoffee.com and Amazon.
What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
The Platform, new movie, foreign film. I guess maybe not new, came out 2019, but new on Netflix, I believe, at least a couple weeks old. A Spanish movie, Spanish film from Spain. But I watched it with the American dubbing because I did not feel like reading. And it was fine. You don't get the performances necessarily. That's kind of cheesy, but uh, the premise of the film is kind of the thing that hooks you because it is independent, very simple. But it's kind of like a sci-fi horror thriller type of a movie where it's this prison, which is kind of loosely like the term prison is kind of, it feels very loose when applied to this, but it's a prison that's just a giant hole and just different levels, like different floors, but just a single room, almost like if you were to take an elevator shaft, but the size of a pretty decent sized room. And then in the center of the room, there's a square cut out of both the floor and the ceiling. And if you were to go look down this square hole or look up, you would see almost endless repetitions of the same exact thing leading up and down. And in each floor, there's two inmates or cellmates, I guess you could say. And they share the room for a month. And then the prisoners they stay with the same people, but they get sent to different levels. And you don't know how many levels there are. There's thoughts that it's maybe just 100 levels or 30 levels. There's just like there's ideas and thoughts, but nobody really knows. They get gassed out and they wake up on another level. And everybody's allowed to bring one item. So our main character brings a book. The person he's roommates with, cellmates with, brings this knife. And in the center of the reason why the hole is there is that's where the platform travels. And the platform holds the food for everybody in every level. So when you go into this quote unquote prison, you you request a meal, right? So at the top floor, the platform is loaded with every meal that's been requested from everybody that is on a level of this giant whole prison. And it lowers. So it lowers to the first floor first, and they get to eat whatever they want. Presumably, right? Everybody just eats the meal that they requested. And if everybody just eats the meal that they requested, then the platform will feed everybody. But that's not what society is like. So this movie is very much like an analogy, a metaphor for society, the haves and the have-nots, and it's played out clear as day in this, where everybody, like as the platform goes, it's just less food, just just disgusting mess of whatever's left. And as you go, you kind of realize how deep this thing goes. And even when you're on a place that is really bad, where there's not much food left, you realize that there are depths that you haven't even realized. And I think that's very similar to life in a first world country. Like being poor in a first world country, there's still kind of social services and things that can kind of help you out, and you're kind of surrounded by infrastructure and things. So it's like quality of life is a little bit different. But if you're still on the low end in a first world country, you're still on a low end of society and you're still getting scraps. But you could realize that maybe you're in a third world country instead, and there's even less when you're at the bottom. And there's a push to kind of a way to survive, because this is like, it gets crazy. People I mean, there's desperation. Desperation breeds all kinds of violent things. And this movie, like the kind of the hope, the kind of the thing of this movie is to try and find hope, to try and find a way to solidify and find solidarity within all of the prisoners. Um, but it's crazy. It's a crazy film. The simple premise. I mean, the idea of it is ridiculous. Like the logistics of how this platform goes up and down is ridiculous. Uh, but the idea, once you can kind of get past the ridiculous, and you kind of find out that it's not really a prison. It's like people, maybe some people it is a prison, but also there's people volunteer to do this because they understand that it's kind of a social experiment in a way, and they want to be the person to solidify uh all of the floors to where, like, so people try and ration and things like that, um and just try different ways. And one of the ways is they need to send a message to the people up top. So the message, I'm getting into spoilers a little bit here. Go watch. It's an interesting movie, but the message is they want to try and preserve one dish, one of the requested dishes that's on this platform. They want to try and maintain it, go all the way to the bottom, and then once it hits the bottom, presumably shoots back up. So they want to send the people in charge a message that if they're able to keep one meal pristine, then it would be a sign that they've come together and have agreed to do this thing as one. However, once they do reach the bottom, which is crazy, once you're on this journey now with them, because you've gone to a few different floors, you're seeing what it's like up at the high levels, you're seeing what it's like at the presumably low end, which you find out isn't even halfway. When they start going down to all the levels, and then towards the end, towards the bottom of these levels, it's a lot of people are just dead. There's just nobody's even alive anymore because there's no food. So you're either going to starve, you're there for like a month, maybe hopefully you get transferred up to a floor where there's food, where you can still get some food, but at least you have like a month, and that's if your cellmate doesn't like try and kill you and eat you. So on their way down, they find somebody that was potentially, at one point you think it's a real thing, and then another point you think it's just made up, where there's this woman that travels between floors trying to look for her daughter or her kid, and on some point they find the kid, and they end up giving the kid the meal, and the kid ends up being the message, which the message with that is that there's supposedly a rule that they don't take anybody under 16, and this is clearly a young child. So the fact that a child is in here means that somebody that's how long they were probably born in there, and they're like, listen, this person survived, had a kid, and now like it because along with murder, all of the bad things happen. So rape, cannibalism, just all. It's crazy movie, crazy premise. And I enjoyed the end. The end was good. It was good. I mean, they send the message. You don't know how it's received. I mean, in reality, I don't see a corporation or an organization that is running this thing giving a fuck. Like, oh, everybody did this small thing to agree. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's not hopeful. It's like an interesting end, but like I can't see if this thing were a real thing, a real prison. Like I can't see a corporation giving a fuck. Like they don't give a fuck now. So why would they give a fuck if they're already doing that to humans? But yeah, the platform on Netflix. Check it out. Be sure to check out the official coffee sponsor of the Ray Taylor Show over at stationhousecoffee.com. Follow Station House Coffee on Instagram for small batch, single origin, premium coffee shipped direct to you from Vermont. Support small business and order some coffee now over at stationhousecoffee.com. And follow Station House Coffee on Instagram. Also, Amazon. Use my link, inspireddisorder.com/Amazon, to order all of the supplies you need delivered directly to you. with a little percentage going to me because I sent you. So go to inspireddisorder.com/Amazon, shop as normal, and a small percentage of whatever you spend comes to help support me, support this show, helps keep me rolling, helps keep me rocking. So once again, order all your supplies, inspireddisorder.com/Amazon, and order now. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Go buy my artwork over at inspireddisorder.com and save 25% when you use coupon code RTS. Follow this show on Instagram at Ray Taylor Show. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!